some charges will be brought against the officers involved in the death of Rayshard Brooks, right? What is the latest?
Yeah, charges have been levied against them, Pete. Charges have been levied against both officers. The one, of course, who shot the fatal bullets, his name is Garrett Rolfe, and he has been charged with felony murder. And the other, his assistant, has been charged with breaking various codes and not treating a body well afterwards. It's remarkable what actually came out in this briefing. The DA actually said that the two policemen, after they shot this guy Brooks, actually stepped on his body while he was fighting for his life. So it was right an extraordinary thing that we just hadn't heard before. And they've really thrown the book at this guy, the officer Rolfe, who fired those shots. And so obviously they will be hoping, A, they can get a prosecution there, but B, that it will calm down the people who are in the streets who are literally outside the place where he's speaking.
Just on police brutality, there was that announcement yesterday, Cam, wasn't there, that Donald Trump signed that executive order. How much teeth does that actually have?
It doesn't have a lot of teeth. It's really more guidance. Pete, really the policing is a state and local issue here in America. And so all the federal government can really do is provide guidance. So what Trump has done is he's provided fairly good guidelines to improve accountability of local police departments, but it's really up to them on the ground to do it. So, Trump's critics were saying he didn't do enough, but I think there's probably limits as to what he could do on this occasion.
Yep, okay. Well, the interesting point is, that they're going to ban chokeholds but not if a policeman's life is in danger, right? But I guess, you can argue that if a police officer's life might always be in danger.
Look, that's right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's one of those difficult things. He certainly doesn't want chokeholds used, but if he says if police are in mortal danger themselves, they can use it.
Okay. John Bolton's got this book coming out, Cam. Some extracts have been revealed. What's in it?
Wow, it's a real bombshell. The big extract, a chapter on China that Bolton has written. Of course, this book has been anticipated in Washington for some time now. Bolton makes some remarkable claims. He claims that Donald Trump asked Xi Jinping, the Chinese president, to help him win the election, actually pleaded with him to help him win the election, according to Bolton, by buying a lot more US agricultural products, therefore improving Trump's perspective in the Midwest states. So that's the first thing he said. He also claims that Trump said that Xi Jinping was the greatest leader in Chinese history. And he told Xi Jinping that lots of people in America wanted Trump to go longer than 8 years and that there shouldn't be a two-term limit on presidents. So, look, Bolton has thrown a lot of dirt up in the air here, so it'll be really interesting to see exactly what happens from this point on.
Yeah, how much weight, Cam, is that going to have, particularly in an election year?
Exactly, Pete. This will be a real he said, she said, or he said, I should say, because the Donald Trump has been very much against this book coming out. He claims that it includes conversations that are classified. He's threatened action against John Bolton if he actually printed the book. Of course, Bolton says, no, I'm not breaking any rules. I can come and do it. But of course, we've got to understand that Bolton left the White House very upset with Donald Trump. The two men fell out spectacularly. So Bolton has got a lot of scores to even in this book. So, I think when you read it, you'll obviously have to put that into your calculations as to how accurate it is.
Sure.
But whatever, at the moment, the accusations at the moment are very, very strong stuff from Bolton.
Well, he is made of Teflon, isn't he, Donald Trump? He does seem to survive everything. But, there's been a lot of commentators, Cam, that I've watched on television over here from US cable TV that say that Donald Trump is more worried about this book than any of the several others that have been released. Is that true from where you stand?
He certainly seems to be quite concerned about what Bolton will put in it. And Bolton does, from the limited stuff that's coming out literally by the hour, Bolton does seem to have not wasted his opportunity. He actually said, Bolton says that Trump has been influenced in almost all of his national security and decisions on Chinese policy by his own re-election prospects. He's basically commingled national security of America with Trump's own electoral ambitions. And he says that that's wrong. And he says that the Democrats looked harder and not just jumped in on impeachment on Ukraine. They probably could have found stuff that would have got Trump turfed from office. It's pretty strong words from the former national security advisor.
Well, interesting too now that he wants Russia brought in back from the cold, right? To rejoin what was the G8.
That's right. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, Bolton talks about his attitude towards various dictators around the world, and you know, he's not very complimentary of it. That's for sure.
Yeah.